This week, we continue much of the work that we began last week. We're still in the foundational part of the course doing our preliminary research around knowledge, skills, and abilities. So in addition to watching this presentation, you'll also read a PDF that's provided to you. This is a Harvard Business Review publication called Teaching Smart People How to Learn. It's actually my favorite publication of all time, so I hope that you enjoy it as much as I do. You're also going to read two articles around laws of learning and adult education. This course is not designed to replace 605, which is the adult learner, and it's not intended to provide a very deep or steep overview of learning theory, but I would like you to have some access to that content so that it shapes your thinking for this assignment as well as the following weeks we have together in the course. After all, this is a course about designing systems of learning or systems of instruction, so having this foundational knowledge is really important. You'll also continue your job aid. Like I mentioned last week, the job aid is for you. It is the capstone assignment of the course. You should be touching it every week as we go along, putting into your job aid the things that are the most important to you, that you can't afford to forget, that you most want to remember as a result of your learning here. If you work through the job aid throughout the entire semester, this assignment will be a lot easier for you to complete when we get to the end of the course. You're going to continue your research into knowledge, skills, and abilities, or KSAs, for ISD careers. This is lightweight research. It's not intended to be heavily cited. We're not looking for any APA guidelines or bibliographies when you're done with this particular assignment. It is for you to consider what sources you want to use as you think about what makes for a modern career in instructional systems design. What types of job titles are out there? What types of experience are employers looking for? What types of knowledge, skills, and abilities are they requiring of applicants to be competitive candidates for ISD positions? It's really about understanding how all of the work that you're doing here transfers to what's next for you, which is hopefully a very fulfilling and satisfying career in the field. So rather than my telling you what I think those knowledge, skills, and abilities are, you're doing the research yourself. And there's lots of places that you can be doing that. None of them are better than others. I also provided to you a link to the competency model from ATD, which might be an interesting place for you to begin, or at least to reference. Also, recommend that you continue your research into instructional design models. There will be more of this in 603, this sort of ongoing inquiry and inquiry of different ISD models that are out there. Again, this course and 603 focus on the ADDIE model because it's the most popular, most common model in circulation, most recognized model, but there's many more out there. And it helps you, your being familiar with those models helps you as a part of preparing for a career in ISD. You should always have options in depth. Options in depth are multiple channels, multiple ways to approach an assignment or a work project, and having an understanding of the different ISD models and what you might like the most about some of them or the least about some of them just gives you flexibility, and it gives you options when you think about how to approach different scenarios. So in addition to knowing the knowledge, skills, and abilities, having a flexible understanding of the most common models out there, as well as a foundational understanding of principles of learning, will make you a great ISD. And all of that comes together in the assignment that you submit next week. Okay, so all of the work this week is really ongoing, preparing you to post your first assignment, which is called Preparing for a Career in ISD. And in doing that, I'm looking for you to be able to demonstrate a researched lightweight researched inquiry into the field of ISD, what modern workplaces are looking for, how employers are hiring, what they're scanning for, the types of experience that might be required of you, and what modern employers think are the necessary knowledge, skills, and abilities to perform the functions of these roles. In doing that, I'd also like you to develop a very lightweight but flexible understanding of the most common models of ISD that are out there, so that you're not committed simply to the ADDIE model, but that you have this working vernacular, a lexicon of the other most common models, and ultimately imposing all of that or supporting all of that through a foundational or working knowledge of learning and how people learn. Again, not intended to replace 605, not intended to be a graduate level course in all of the different models that are out there, but building your base of understanding of this work and of this field, so that you can continue on this journey of ISD once you leave 602. So those are our assignments this week. Let's take a quick look at the classroom so you know where and how this work is happening. If you go into the course materials folder and pop into the week 3 folder, everything that you just saw on the syllabus is included for you here. The readings, as always, are provided to you. The PDF of Teaching Smart People How to Learn is available to download here. And you are linked out to the other articles. Recommend that you continue your job aid. Recommend that you continue your research into KSAs for ISD careers. And I guess I thought that was so important that I put that in here twice. So we can delete that. So that is ready for you. We've had some good activity on the discussion forum, so thank you everybody for that. And if you have not already, I do recommend that you head on over to the Portfolios tab and begin playing around with your wiki. I also refer to that interchangeably as your portfolio. Okay, when you log into your wiki, you will see that it has for you this text editor feature. So anything that you can do in Word, you can do here on your wiki. So just think of this as a digital space for you to be posting your work. If you are planning on formatting all of your work in Word and then copying it over to your wiki, that isn't necessarily a bad idea. It's also not necessarily a good idea. You will likely lose most of the formatting. So if you feel more confident doing your writing in Word, that's fine. Copy it over and do your formatting on your wiki. You'll have a much better time doing that. Okay. Also, don't forget, you can pop out to the rubrics page. These are also assignment sheets. And if you're wondering about your assignment that's due next week, or you're not really sure what we're trying to solve for here, head over to the rubrics page, simply select the link for this assignment, and you'll see some additional information and some prompts for you to consider here as well. You should always feel like all of the information for you to be successful in the course is available to you in the classroom. Sorry, did not mean to go here. The links, the PDFs, the assignment specifications, the rubrics, the prompts, the discussion boards, your colleagues, everything is available for you here. And if for some reason it's not, hop onto the Ask and Answer discussion forum and ask your question. We've had some really good conversations there, and I appreciate those of you who have used that space to ask and also answer questions. We've already solved quite a few things there together, and it's only the beginning of week 3. So it will be a quiet week. You will be doing more research. You'll be thinking about knowledge, skills, and abilities. You'll be thinking about common ISD models. You'll be thinking and learning about foundational learning theory, and you'll be pulling all of that together to help you craft what you believe is the point of entry for competitive candidates in the modern field of instructional design. If you have any questions, do feel free to post them. It's going to be a great week, even if it's a little bit quiet, and I will see you online.